Chapter 3, Surface Preparation. Today we'll talk about the surface prep for surface treatments, and upon completion of this chapter you should be able to describe the processes to prepare the existing pavement for surface treatment and understand how surface conditions impact surface treatment paving. The keys to success for a surface treatment are the proper repair and cleaning of the existing surface. Surface treatments will not adhere to a dirty road, and so the road should be clean of all dust, dirt, debris, or deleterious materials. Prior to treating, state forces or the contractor should repair any failed pavement areas. Cleaning the surface is very important for the adherence of the emulsion to the roadway. This can be done by either mechanical broom, pickup sweepers, or vacuum brooms. And here you see a couple of examples of those. The rotary broom, or kick broom, has bristles made of nylon, steel, or a combination of. The bristles should not be worn, but if they are worn, as long as the broom is pushing the material, the dirt, debris off of the roadway uniformly and completely, it can be worn a little bit. But it should operate so it removes all dirt, dust, or debris. Pickup brooms or vacuum trucks actually have a hopper to store the debris. They sweep it up into the hopper, and then it's taken somewhere else and gotten rid of. The bristle brooms can be used to sweep it into the vacuum, and it's useful for removing debris in gutters or gutter pans in subdivisions and such. Just as important, it's important to get any grease or bond-breaking material off of the roadway as well. If there is some sort of grease or material on the road, a detergent is used and scrubbed in and cleaned and flushed off because it won't stick to it. The emulsion will not stick to any grease. Utility structures, catch basins, valve boxes have to be protected. This can be done by covering it with aggregate, but you can see in this example that you can't cover that with aggregate. You need to cover it with paper, or roofing paper is a good way to cover it. It's a good idea to mark that spot on the side of the road so you know that you have something in the roadway that you need to remove after the completion of the treatment. Also, a sketch or a chart of these utility elements can be made and kept for after the job for removal of those materials. It's very important that any paper, roofing paper that's used, be disposed of properly, not just thrown off to the side of the road. Paint markings. Most paint markings will allow the treatment to adhere to it, although sometimes a buildup of many layers of paint markings, for some reason the emulsion just doesn't like to stick to it, and sometimes even paint needs to be removed. If there is a bonding concern, we'll have to come in and eradicate it. Thermoplastic is always eradicated. If there's thermoplastic on the roadway, there needs to be eradication in the contract to remove these paint markings. And emulsions, there's not an emulsion in the world that will stick to a thermoplastic marking. Raised markers can be covered, and if they are removed, however, we need to make sure that we put in some material, some cold patch or cold mix or plant mix to fill that hole and compact it prior to the treatment. Do not surface treat the gutter pan. It's important that you take the edge of the treatment right to that joint. We don't surface treat gutter pans. All right, knowledge check. The removal of existing pavement markings is sometimes required to accommodate surface treatment. True or false? True. The proper repair and cleaning of the existing surface before a surface treatment job is not necessary. As we just went through in Chapter 3, that is false. Blank is the best method for cleaning a pavement prior to starting a job. A, hosing down the pavement with water. B, blowing the surface with compressed air. C, sweeping it off with a mechanical broom. Or D, all of the above. The answer is C. power sweeping with a mechanical broom. Number 4, why should existing roadway be cleaned before applying a surface treatment application? A, to keep the equipment clean. B, to ensure that the asphalt adheres to the existing surface. C, to ensure that the equipment runs smoother. Or D, prevent the asphalt from spattering on adjacent items. And why do we clean it? To ensure that the asphalt adheres to the existing surface. B. So that's the end of Chapter 3, preparing the roadway for a surface treatment. Next is Chapter 4, talking about the equipment and the application of the treatment.